Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, everybody. How are you today? Let me go ahead and get the business part out the way. Okay, so you guys know we've been sponsored with Ilya Wine for about a month now. This is their white wine. Uh, as you know, I definitely drink this during my members only. Let me go ahead and put this up here. And let's get ready for the next members only. So go ahead and get your bottle. This is the barcode if you want to scan it, or you can click the link in the description. Also, the promo code is World20 because you guys know how we do it. We kick back, and all of a sudden, a lot of stories are rolling in. So go ahead and get that. Click on the link or do the barcode. All right, let's get into it. Woo! I really hate to hit you with so many stories at once, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and just get all these stories out the way, and then I will chop them up and put them on my still videos. Now, you guys, when did I switch rooms? About a month. About a month. You guys know I will take my live videos and chop them up. That way, people can look at the steals that want to just get the news, the information, and don't want to talk about it and all that. So you guys make sure you check in with my still videos because I will go ahead and put these over there also because it's a lot. It is a lot. So today we're going to talk about Nene Leakes, Kim Zolciak, Erika Girardi, and Garcelle. Woo! And I still have that sore voice. I don't know why. It's a lot to talk about. Why don't I start with my fave? Okay, my fave housewife of all times. Let's start with Lisa Rinna. Of course, I'm joking because really, she's not even a housewife anymore. People, let me tell you what's going on with Lisa Rinna. Okay, so Lisa Rinna is going around saying that she glad that she quit the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because now get this, I'm not making this up, because it was a toxic environment. Lisa Rinna left the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because it was a toxic environment. And what made her finally do it is she had a dream about her mom, who she calls Lois, and Lois told her to get out of there. Now, you're the reason. Okay, Lisa, you're the reason it was a toxic environment. First of all, let's just go over. You didn't quit. Okay? Stop telling people that. You allegedly got fired. We all seen what went down. And allegedly you got fired for the troll farms that sent Garcelle's son the naked pictures, her old Playboy pictures. You sent, allegedly it was you, because Patrick Summers came out and said it was you and two of your buddies. I don't feel like talking about them because I have a feeling the troll farm was your idea. And this is why you're fired. Okay? At least that's why I think you're fired. I think that's why you're fired. But no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe your mom told you through a dream, who I love. Listen, really loved your mom. Lois was a spectacular woman. Do you guys remember she was the victim of a crime? She was ARD, and she still had a great outlook on life. She was a fabulous woman. I don't know how you gave birth to. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Okay, so anyway, so listen. So let me tell you what I think is going on here. Lisa Rinna's going around playing good girl when we know the rumors are you still have these fake accounts that you're running and giving articles saying bad things about Garcelle and wonderful, fantastic things of Erika Girardi. Listen, you guys, I made a whole video about it. I'm trying to get the word out. The word is these housewives use troll farms to smear people's reputation, other cast members, bloggers. It's just getting ridiculous. Okay. But, in the meantime, listen, I gave this spiel before. What you do in the dark comes out in the light. Karma is real. So, okay, maybe there is somebody out there that forgot that the rumors are you got fired specifically for Garcelle. You guys, I forgot my backup phone. If my internet goes out again, I'll come back in through my, but yeah, because it's blinking. Anyway, so listen, I'm going to keep my eye on these troll accounts that are being ran allegedly by Lisa Rinna. And listen, maybe you're not running them. Maybe there's someone else that has a huge fascination with Erika Girardi and someone else that. Sorry about that, guys. You guys know that my internet goes out at least once or twice a day, allegedly because of Vegas is too crowded. So I'll keep trying. But anyway, so Lisa is allegedly pissed that she's fired and out for blood, trying to prove that the show is going to be no good without her. We will keep our eye on those troll accounts. So there we go. Let's move on. Now let's talk about Erika Girardi. I'll talk about that later when my cable goes back in because I need to put up things. Let's talk about Kim Zolciak next. Okay, so there's a rumor out there that this divorce is definitely real. Now, remember, I was going back and forth and I said, well, maybe they're doing it to get back on the show. I'm not sure. The rumors are no, this divorce is absolutely real. Kroy is pissed at Kim for just blowing all the money. And the rumor is that he's going to start telling a lot of Kim's dirty secrets. And I guess she has a lot of secrets out there, not just gambling. I guess things that she has done and said about other cast members. Now, they're supposed to be living still in the same house. Okay. I never thought Kroy was this kind of person, but maybe he is. I mean, it's the rumors are he's out for blood. This is going to be a nasty, nasty divorce. We also heard the rumors that Kim is begging Bravo to bring her back. She still needs a job. This is a mess, people. This is a mess. I thought it was a publicity stunt to get Kim back on national television, and looks like it's not. And she's begging Bravo to bring her back, but they haven't brought her back yet. So this is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. I think I'm back in. Hold on. No. False alarm. Anyway, so that's going to be good. But I never thought Kroy was the vindictive type. I thought mostly it was Kim, but it looks like both of them have a mean spirit about them, and they will go after you if they're upset. But it's going to be funny, these two going after each other, trying to ruin each other's reputation. This is going to be a mess, people. And especially if Kim doesn't get back on reality TV, we're just going to have two bickering couples. It just doesn't make sense. When you go after each other and you're married, the only people that lose anything is the children. You guys forgot you guys got kids, okay? A ton of them. Cut it out. Get your act together, everybody. Get your act together. We also know that it has been Croy that has been leaking information to the blogs. It's Croy. So Kim's going to start doing it in a minute. This is going to be a hot mess. Okay. Okay, let's move on to Garcelle. So Garcelle is being sued. She's being sued and taken to federal court. And let me tell you what the lawsuit is about. This is very, very crazy. A photographer took a picture of hers, right? And for her, and he copyrighted the pictures. This is nothing unusual. Real photographers do this, and they sell the pictures to the public. Well, Garcelle put one of the pictures on her own site. It's a picture of her. And he's saying, I own that copyright. You have to pay me to use the picture of you. Now, are you guys getting what I'm saying? You have to pay me for the pictures I took of you. Even though you are the subject here, you have to pay me. So he's taking her to federal court for that. Someone also took Lisa Rinna to court for the same thing. This is ridiculous, okay? I understand you charging other people, but you're charging Garcelle for her own pictures. Let me get this guy's name. Since my internet is down, I have to tell you. His name is John Carta. John Carta. And so he's taking Garcelle to court. He wants to be paid for her using a picture of herself. This is ridiculous. It screams clout chaser and money hungry. Really? Really? You're dragging Garcelle to court? This is so ridiculous, people. I don't know even what to say. Poor Garcelle. Of course, it happened to Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna ended up settling out of court, which I'm recommending for Garcelle. Don't go to court over this. Just give this bum whatever he wants, and then never take professional pictures again when they are going to copyright them. So make sure no one's going to copyright your image. It makes no sense. You know, there has been bloggers that have done that to other bloggers. Listen, blogging is a dirty game. What they'll do is go behind your back. If you don't copyright your name, you have to copyright your name. And this has happened before. If you don't copyright your name, someone goes and copyrights your name behind your back, and then they don't like you, and then they get your channel shut down, and they say, well, that's my channel because I copyrighted your name. Isn't blogging a dirty business? Dirty, dirty, dirty. Come on. I really want to put these pictures up next of Nene, and my internet is still down. So just got to tell you about it. Okay, so listen, Nene Leakes just posted, warning to all ladies, narcissistic men are the worst people on the planet. Thank you for joining members only. I can't see your name. You guys know I can't read, and this is on a smaller screen. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining my members only. Let me reread this. This is what, is that you, Freddie? I can't see. I see the glasses. Thank you, Freddie. I'm going to leave it up there. You guys read what Freddie's saying. It's too small of a screen. Nene Leakes just posted, warning to all ladies, narcissistic men are the worst people on the planet. They come to destroy. Oh, and then there was more. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Nene is upset with some guy. Do we think it's Yoni? Is it Yoni? Listen, Yoni full on had a wife of a decade plus when he started dating Nene Leakes. That screams narcissism to me. That screams narcissism to me. Don't forget, Nene's also still in a lawsuit with Yoni's wife, who sued Nene for alienation of affection. That's the name of the law that says you can't cheat in North Carolina. Is she talking about Yoni? Has it all, is it falling apart? I hope not. Now, you guys are making no secret that I'm a huge Nene Leakes fan. I love you, Nene. I really do. But the man was married. You should have made him, file for a legal separation, something, if you're, to say that I did not take this man from his wife. But you didn't. And so I really believe, I'm a firm believer in karma. And I still like you, Nene, but I think you're talking about Yoni. Now you're bringing it to the public. It must be bad. I will keep my eye on Nene Leaks because something is going on. Like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, Nene? Has to be Yoni. All right. Did I get everybody? We did Nene Leaks, Kim Zolciak, Lisa Rinna, Erika Girardi. I can't even put the pictures up, you guys. So listen, we heard that Erika Girardi yesterday allegedly was on a date with a guy named Jim Wilkes, who was he's an attorney and he was a friend of Tom Girardi. And I also let you guys know that he had been arrested in the past. Now, the word on the curve is that Erika's going after him really bad because when everything failed with the owner of South Point, I had his name, but my computer has gone down. Let me see if I can find it. Who was married. He's allegedly married, and she really wanted everything to work out with him, but it just didn't. And it didn't because he has a wife. Okay? He has a wife. Michael Gahan is his name, okay? And he's the guy that owns South Point. He's allegedly worth $200 million. So Erika needed a replacement, somebody to marry. And this is no shade to Erika. This is what she does, allegedly. She needed someone with money to marry. And so she's going for Jim, who's 72 years old. But everyone's saying it's a desperate cry for help. They're saying Jim is not the marrying type. He pulled a pow out on a woman he was arguing with just a couple weeks ago. They're saying that he's not a good guy, that he is narcissistic, thinks about himself, not loving at all, and doesn't treat women with respect. Now, I get it, Erika. You are just one of those women who like to date old men with a lot of money. It's no shame in your game. It's worked all this time. But I think you need to pull back a little bit and listen to the public. He pulled a pow out on a woman. No, red flags, Erika, red flags. Listen, I want you to get your gold digging on. I want you to gold dig to the fullest extent. But I don't know about this guy. This is a warning sign. You got arrested last month for putting your hands on a woman. Erika, listen, it just doesn't sound right. Listen to the warnings, okay? And I have this picture of you that I can't show. This guy, he doesn't even look clean. I'm sorry. He looks like he drinks. He looks like he drinks and probably, bathes every other day. He's not like well kept up old man. He's like, ew, old man. Erika, did you sleep with this guy? I mean, don't sleep with him if you haven't. You guys don't understand the visual because I can't pull up the picture. It is bad. Okay, I'll put it in when I when I chop it up. This man is not attractive. He looks musty. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. Somebody said she'll do it. She will do it. I don't know. Let me see here. I'm on my, you guys, I have to come through my phone. And I wanted to drop a link for Freddie. Whenever I see Freddie, I want to drop the links. But I can't figure this out. Hold on. This guy looks terrible. Erika, please. Come on, girl. I get it that you like them old and rich. Okay, that's a type. That's what I call just a type. You have a type. But he has a record already. Like, girl, stop. Please stop. I can't figure out how to drop the link. Oh, I'm sure Freddie would have had some good stuff to add. Let me see here. Sorry, guys. It's Vegas. It's Vegas. Come on. I think I got it. Freddie, if you want to come up, I'll drop the link. Hold on. I hope this works. Let's see. It's not working. And I really wanted Freddie to come up. All right, I can't do it, Freddie. I don't know how to do it. And part of the problem is I can't see shit. Try it one more time. So I haven't been doing housewife stories lately because there. Let's see if that works. Freddie, come on up, Freddie. An error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again. Really? Here. Oh, I think he's here. Yay!
Hello, good to see you.
Hi. Now I don't know how to put you on the screen, but we can hear you.
Don't worry, that's fine.
I had a lot of stories I was doing. I did Nene Leaks, posting that she's upset with some guy. She's calling him narcissist. I think it might be the boyfriend, Ken Zolciak. They're saying that Corey's going to come after her with everything he's got. Lisa Rinna supposedly still going to run these troll farms during the season, the upcoming season of Beverly Hills. And then Erika Girardi, this guy is no good, Freddie. And then Garcelle being sued. What did you want to sound on first?
I could sound off on all of them, but it really depends on what time you've got. I mean, I'll start with Nene Leaks. Like you, I love Nene Leaks. I thought she was absolutely fantastic on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Naomi, is that I think is how you say it?
Yeah, they just call him Yoni.
Yoni. He doesn't have the best track record. I mean, at the end of the day, he was married when he started hooking up with Nene Leaks. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's potentially been out, potentially cheating on Nene with other women.
Gosh, Freddie, that would just be horrible. Do you think he might do that? Oh my
God. And his ex, I don't know if they're divorced yet, but the wife, his actual wife, did say that he did sort of cheat quite regularly, allegedly.
Wait a minute. The wife said he has a reputation for cheating.
The wife said he wasn't the most, and then she sort of got very blindsided by the whole Nene Leaks situation. So I don't think this guy's got a good track record from what we're hearing. So I do worry for her. And of course, Nene's son, he'd been very ill. So she's clearly been obviously prioritizing her son over the relationship. And that potentially doesn't really work for someone like Yoni, who wants,
But Freddie, if Yoni's a cheater, then he doesn't need an excuse. He just does it. That's just what they do.
Exactly. But he definitely, So I sadly think that this is who it could be. I mean, who else is she going to be talking about? I mean, I don't think it's Andy Cohen. We all know her thoughts anyway. And she'd just go out and point blank say it's Andy Cohen. Potentially, it could be a management or someone that's diddled her. Potentially.
No, you know why?
What you said, I'm not convinced. I think it's Yoni.
It has to be Yoni because this was emotion. It's I only could read half of the statement because my internet went down, but it was very emotional. And I think it's Yoni.
She's not been pictured with him for quite a while either. Has she? I mean, we've not really heard much about what they're up to recently. I found personally. So I think that could be that. Who else do we have?
Kim Zolciak, that Croy's going to come after her. Do you even think that Croy was like this? What do you think about the whole situation?
I mean, at the end of the day, Croy's saying that she's got a gambling addiction and needs help. And we've seen that. I mean, it's been quite clear. And we've also looked at the bank statements and we see that he's uploaded, and it's quite clear that she spent a lot of the money on gambling. And also there was another one that we saw, and she made a payment to this person that sort of specializes in like advising people what to do with divorces, apparently. I'll have to find out the exact name and look at the receipts again. But this is something that a lot of people have discussed online. And that was an interesting one. So with Kim, this was definitely a pre-planned divorce. But what happened is Croy was the one that beat her to it and filed the divorce first.
So it's also being said that Croy is the one leaking information to the blogs. So and they're saying that this is definitely a real divorce. So why is he doing this? Why is he?
I think they're both leaking to the information about the divorce. I mean, they're both pretty unhinged people. We saw them on Atlanta. We saw them on Don't Be. I mean, listen, he brought the G word, you know, the pow, pow, pow to a reunion. So we know
I forgot about that, Freddie. Croy's a total nut job.
We know he's a nut job. Kim, well, she's grade A nut job out of the housewives world. They're both unhinged. They both have serious, serious issues. I mean, in all of this, I feel most sorry for their children because they don't deserve to have two nut job individuals who blew money and X, Y, and Z on gambling and cars, and and even Andy Cohen warned them and said, you know, you're spending money like Croy's still earning the big time, you know, and he's not, he's retired. And I think he earned more like $7.5 million, not this 19.2, whatever Kim's trying to make out is happening. But yeah, I mean,
let me ask you this, Freddie. Do you know why Croy brought a pow pow to a reunion? Why would he do that?
Because he's a nut job. I mean, I don't have this mentality, so I can't really answer for him. But I mean, with this divorce, I mean, they're fighting over stuff. Kim's once again selling even more stuff online. She's begging Andy Cohen left, right, and center to try and get on to Housewives. Of course, we've got Sharrell Whitfield now being like, oh, I'm desperate for my good friends Kim Zolciak and Lisa Wu to come on. Yeah, Sharrell is fighting hard because Sharrell feels that she's lacking allies in Atlanta at the moment. So she is begging, Sharrell is begging Andy to bring Kim and Lisa Wu back on. And that's why they made yet another guest appearance. Yeah.
Wow. And you know what? I forgot my main subject. I forgot to talk about Marlo. So listen, you guys, it's being reported that Kenya is asking for Marlo to be fired. And now the fans are coming forward saying she needs to be fired because of the things that she's done. But ultimately, they felt that it was just out of line and unhinged, her kicking in Kenya's door the way that she did. Do you think they should fire Marlo, Freddie?
I mean, for me, my thing with Marlo is that she is the villain of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if you fire her, you're not going to have the villain one. And she doesn't take it too far villain like Lisa Rinna did. But she does make an impact on this show, Marlo. She does get people talking. I mean, at the end of the day, she's saying to Candy Burris, you know, why aren't we talking about all these, you know, issues that are happening at your restaurant? And I think that's and I think the other thing with Marlo is I feel that unlike a lot of them, we're getting a real storyline off Marlo. You know, she is raising these nephews, and if you look at her family, I mean, they're all pretty messed up. I mean, the sisters, God knows what's doing on substances. The mum's an ex one or on off. And then it's Marlo and then the younger sister, I think, that are fine. So you've got to understand, looking at Marlo's perspective, that she's not come from a normal upbringing. And she is really trying. And she is doing a very good job trying to create a normal life for those nephews. And I think this is an interesting story to be seeing. Because Candy's not giving us a real storyline. It's the same repeat. Oh, my mum treats Todd like crap and I'm too wet to tell my mum that I don't think it's
so allegedly it's Candy and Kenya pressuring and putting it out there that Marlo needs to be fired. But here's the thing, Freddie. They all should be fired. The ratings are so low. Like, why don't we focus in on the ratings instead of talking about who should return and who should not return? I mean, are you enjoying the show?
I actually am. It's all right. I mean, I felt the first episode was good. Second one was rubbish. Third one was pretty good. This one was pretty boring. I mean, Kenya just seemed to con everyone and was like, oh, no, we're not going to the hotel. We're going to this gym. And then she's like, oh, we're now going to this charity event that I didn't bother telling you all about.
Nobody has a storyline on Atlanta. They don't. So now all they're doing is just arguing with each other.
Yeah. Well, we've got Sanya Richard Ross's freeloading brother-in-law and sister. I mean, seriously, they both need to get some real jobs and learn what it's like to not rely on family to do anything, to do everything for them. And the sister being like, oh, you treat him like this. And it's like, yeah, your brother's the personal assistant. Like, he's got to be on 24/7. He's got to be, doing these things. That's the role of a personal assistant. Like, if you don't like it, go to the bloody job center or work at the local Walmart for all I care.
Let's talk about Lisa Rinna. It's been a rumor since last season that she's using these troll farms. I have since found out that other cast members on other parts of other shows are also using troll farms. So now, I mean, these women, these housewives, they're getting just dirty using troll farms. And so it's alleged that Lisa's still going to be running these phony accounts this season. Do you believe that, number one? And if you do, why would she do this?
Well, because as I've said before, Lisa Rinna, it's like she wants to be the Beverly Hills equivalent of Heather Gillespie or something like that. Love of the Lockup.
Got fired. You don't work there anymore. Why are you doing this?
I know, but it's weird. I mean, it's a bit like Heather from Love After Lockup. She got fired, and yet she still acts like a nut job. Lisa Rinna is the exact same version of this. I think Lisa Rinna, we all know she'll do anything for money. She'll do anything for attention. And this is her way of trying to stay relevant. And she feels slighted by all these women, even people like Kyle included. She thought that Kyle would have fought for her, but it's like, you made Kyle look bad. Why do you think that Kyle's going to help? I mean, Dorit, she's a wetto and needs the money, so she's not gonna, go out on one limb for you, Rinna, either. So, I mean, Rinna, she doesn't really have the money to spend anymore on these bot farms either. So I don't really understand why she's trying to do this.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah. Look, let me say this real quick. Now, I think a person that would do that is, everybody knows she's off the show. And she want to portray that, see, it's still going on. It wasn't me.
Oh, that makes sense, Perry. That makes sense.
That's why she would do it. And then I think with this Marlo thing, I think that people want to find somebody to hate without taking accountability from the other cast members. Like, they're having faith.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Like I think it's easy to point the finger at Marlo, saying Marlo doing this, Marlo's doing that. But they refuse to hold the other cast members accountable for the things they've done in the past, right? Does that make sense?
No. Yeah. Do you understand what he's talking about, Freddie?
I think what he's saying is these women, like people like Candy, know they've got a bunch of skeletons in their closet. They don't want to be talking about that. So they're going, let's make sure Marlo's the target, the conversation. So our stuff isn't discussed.
So You think Candy and Kenya have plotted to make Marlo the target this year, and it's coming across like? But why are the fans saying that Marlo should be gone?
Well, because they're Candy fans or Kenya fans, right? And see, once you become a fan, you overlook their wrongdoings, right? And you just, oh, I love her so much. And all the women are fine. I mean, all of them got something to do, even Candy, Kenya, whatever. But when you're wrong about something. But when you're a diehard fan, you refuse to see the wrong in that person.
Okay. I can't see because I'm on my phone. I see the letter H. How should I refer to you?
It's me, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
How are you doing?
Good. Oh my
Good.
God. Okay, I remember. Oh, Mark, you called in. This is great.
I did.
First, I couldn't remember. Mark, who? Now I remember you. Hey, buddy. Listen,
How are you doing?
we got a lot of people to sound off on. Nene Leakes, Kim Zolciak, Lisa, Rinna, Erika, and Garcelle. Who do you want to sound off on first?
Well, I guess I'll take Garcelle. Please just settle out of court. Do not take this to court. It just looks bad. Don't take it to court. Do not be like Lisa Rinna. Just settle, be done with it. Erika, go ahead and get your sugar mama on. Like, she's going to make the money. She's going to be with these people. No, but I find it interesting.
Mark, listen, my computer went down. This guy, when he takes off his clothes, he looks, it's just not desirable. I couldn't do it. You think
Erika got to do some, she got to do some things to get that change. She has, she's going to have to, you know, figure it out.
What I think so ironic about this Jim Wilkes guy is that he's actually known for his advocacy on behalf of nursing home residents. Quite a coincidence, considering Erika's husband, Tom, is in a nursing home. So I do think that's rather funny.
Freddie, did you see the picture that's in page 6 with his clothes off? I just can't. I can't.
Never. That guy in that picture looked like.
I think my phone screen broke, actually.
Go ahead, Perry. Would you say really quickly?
No, I was going to say, in that picture, all that hair over his body, he looked like a wild pig, for sure.
Okay, Mark, keep going. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So I find it interesting that we want to get rid of Marlo.
Okay,
I like Marlo. Marlo's the only thing keeping that show going.
Well, it looks like it's a pre-planned plot on Kenya and Candy's behalf. I didn't get a chance to read all the reactions, but they're pushing hard for Marlo to go. And
what would we be looking at? Where did Kenya send them girls last night?
I know. Did you?
It looked like we were at a doggone 10-year high school reunion. It was horrible. I could not believe it. Then we get kicked out?
Yeah.
We got kicked out?
Yeah.
I got confused.
I can't even believe it. And then Kenya has enough nerve to bring them to Birmingham, get kicked out of the spot, go back to the hotel, and you got enough enough nerve to go back to your room like we not sitting here? What the fuck we doing with the rest of our time? You brought us here.
Well, what do you think about the firings? Who should go? Who should stay? Or should they all worry about the show since the ratings are so low?
I think the only person at this point that should stay should be Marlo.
What about Sharrell?
Sharrell is just stupid.
Damn, I love Sharrell.
Sharrell is stupid. Instead of Sharrell being focused on her fitness, why did that girl sit in that doctor's office and say, well, I can't really put anything on hold because I put she by Sharrell can't be on hold. Bitch, she by Sharrell been on hold for 14 years. What are you talking about? She by Sharrell, you ain't never picked it up.
You would not.
What is happening?
Girl.
And then she talked, you have never been that girl to hold a spotlight. Then she said she can't go that long without sex. Girl, how long was Tyrone away? You went without sex before. 8 weeks is not going to kill you. We got to stop with these lies. I can't do it. We have to stop with these lies. And the only person trying is Marlo. She's trying to get a rise out. Kenya was just in her feelings because she got called out last night. Bitch, how was you telling me about something that you weren't even a part of? Don't speak on behalf of Drew. Let Drew's wobbly ass come over here and tell me what she got to say to my face. You are not Drew, Kenya. And she's like, well, don't be rude, Marlo. You mean like how you talking with your mouth full, Kenya? Shut the fuck up, Kenya. Swallow your food. And don't talk about stuff that you were not present for. Because you was lying. Drew was lying. They was trying to get at, Marlo about it. Marlo, then Manetta, sweet Jesus. Manetta. The girl is looking for a moment, and Marlo refuses to give it to you. Was that what I said, love? And she said, I did say that you were loyal to Candy, and Manetta looked at Candy. See, that is what I said, because she's trying to prove to her master that she was loyal because Candy called her out. You didn't have my back last season with Marlo.
Master. Oh my God.
I mean,
who? We know who it is.
Yeah. Who?
Candy.
We know, yes. Candy want everybody on her side. She's driving me fucking crazy. I cannot take it. Candy, if you're going to be on that show and if you're going to be in the spotlight and if you're going to be the highest paid like Nene was, you better take them hits and you better learn how to read. You better be quicker on your toes and stop fucking sending the Candy crew to gang up on people. I am so sick of looking at Don Juan twirl around every damn episode. I can't take the shit no more. Don Juan is a fucking menace. Don Juan has been out of fucking control since episode 1 when he went to that damn ball for Ross. And let me get Kananse. Who the fuck is Kananse? Candy could never. What are we talking about? Y'all got to stop with these lies. Y'all think Candy does no wrong, and it drives me bananas. It drives me crazy. Why aren't we talking about the shootings? Why aren't we talking about what's going on? Candy, you guys, why aren't we talking about you and Todd's threesomes? Is there trouble in paradise? Candy, we have been talking about you and Todd struggling to make y'all marriage work for the last 5 years. I can't do it no more. Okay, that's why people is checked out.
Mark, let me ask you this. They fired Carlos King because he told Phaedra that Candy was in the dungeon, had a dungeon, and that she was going to our portion.
They tried to help that bitch.
Which was a horrible thing to say. But now that we've heard Tiny come out and talk about these sex parties where everybody pops Molly, do you think that's what Carlos King could have been talking about?
That's what Carlos King was talking about. But the thing of it is they have to learn how to play this reality TV game. Carlos and Phaedra set Candy up so she can do the things that she did. Create the sex dungeon tour. You made money off of this, Candy. We have to learn, and I can't stand these hoes, but we have to take a page from Karen and Giselle. They will get into it every single season, and the next year they will be fine or they won't be fine, but they learned how to maneuver within the reality game. They have to stop thinking so personally about these things and play that game.
Freddie, what do you think about Candy holding grudge and for that long with Phaedra? What do you think?
I mean, Candy is a child, and the problem is because Andy Cohen is the biggest wet wipe, I think, in the United States. He allows these women to whip him and basically tell him what to do. And this is what Candy does, Kyle does, and he just listens to Candy and blocks her from this. And then
when Nene was on top, she would say like Cynthia shouldn't return to the show, and he would listen. Why does Andy Cohen stop doing his job if he favors you?
Because he only favors you because you bringing in the money.
You is cash
and
cow.
You got to bring in the ratings. You got to bring in the ratings, and you got to bring in the money. So Nene was bringing in the ratings, and she was bringing in the money. She was giving him ideas behind the scene, which she shouldn't have been doing, but she was giving him ideas. He needed her close. Candy is also bringing in money from her extra side deals and stuff, even though we all know people ain't.
Mark,
they're not going for it like that.
The Broadway she does.
Yesterday, someone came on the show. I don't remember who it was. And they said that it's a rumor going on that Andy and Candy have fallen out. And Candy has not been on Watch What Happens Live since the show began. Do you guys
The
believe?
writings are on the wall. The writings are on the wall. That's the same way he did Vicky Gunvalson. That's the same way he did Lanithia. That's what happens. He's sending her signs that I'm not feeling you anymore. The ratings are low. You no longer making me all this money. Yeah, I get here and there little droplets, but it's not what it used to be.
So Freddie, do you remember you told me that if Andy Cohen fires anybody this season, it will be Candy because she makes the most money? Do you remember telling me that?
Yes, I mean, and we've talked about it over the years when it sort of dropped, these rumors dropped that NBC are wanting Andy and Bravo to, you know, cut the fat off and reduce these paychecks. They don't want to be paying these $1 million, $2 million salaries to people. And with Candy Burruss, what are Bravo getting out of that other than the 10% of the Broadway stuff? I mean, every spin-off Candy has done has been rubbish, to say the least, and that's being polite about it. She's boring on Atlanta, and I think they're thinking, well, actually, we've brought people on like that bring drama, and we're paying them $300,000 a season. So if we get rid of Candy, we free up a lot of cash, and we can get people who are going to be interesting and want it.
You said this before the show began, and it looks like he's going to do it. That is just the right. When you don't, they did it to everyone. When you're not appearing on Watch What Happens Live, that's the kiss of death.
And I wanted to add with that, because Candy was like lobbying NBC to basically ban Phaedra from, you know, appearing on any show. And obviously last season she had the guest appearance.
Hold on, Freddie. Hold on. She did that?
Yeah, that's what she was
nasty.
doing.
Oh
Yep.
my
Yes. Because she was like, I give you all this, I do these shows, so you have to side with me. But
hold on. I want to really make it clear what you're saying. You're saying that Candy didn't want Phaedra to work anywhere on the network?
Correct.
Oh
not
my.
even as a janitor.
Oh, period.
Unless Candy could try and stick Phaedra's face down the toilet. I don't know. But yeah, literally nowhere near it. But the writing was on the wall when Phaedra appeared as a guest on Dubai. And subsequently, they've gone, actually, Phaedra, we're going to put you on Married to Medicine because we've got rid of boring Contessa. And we're getting you to light it up with your fiance, Dr. Dude. So, yeah, I mean, this just shows Candy doesn't have the influence that she used to have. She's not, as Mark said, she's not on Watch What Happens Live, which I think is a big sign as well. I think the writing's on the wall for her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think so. It makes sense, though. It makes sense, like that cap savings that you can use, because really, let's keep it real, and people hate to admit it, that love Candy. I like her as a person, business person, whatever, do your thing, right? But on the show, she's boring. And I think the thing that she have a grudge about so much is the dungeon, which she was more entertaining there, right? Like, she was more exciting than the dungeon with the legs up and mouth full.
Very.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. She then came on this platform saying how sexual she is, and then when someone claims that she has a sex dungeon, it's not against the law to have a sex dungeon. So really, all this frustration to Phaedra for what? You came on this show, had your candy click, talking about put brown sugar in your areas. You talked about that. Yeah. You came on this show talking about your sexual life.
Right.
You did. Now, I don't agree with what Tweedledub Portia said about drugging you now, but you came on the show talking about your personal life. And you have to understand, when Nene was there, she don't even like your ass, Candy, but when she was there, she went over Portia and was arguing with Portia on your behalf, Candy. But Candy is so nasty, and she will always be number two, and she never liked Nene. That's why she did that Tardy for the Party song for Kim and put Nene out of it, because if she really came on season 2, and if she was neutral with the whole group, why would you side with Kim and make the song specifically for Kim and leave Nene out if you didn't really know the girls like that? You just came on the show, and you made a decision to buzz Nene out because you didn't like her from the beginning.
Right. And then I think this too, Sharrell. I mean, because I think Candy being this businesswoman and stuff, for real, I think she should embrace the nastiness, right? Okay. Now, I mean, you actually got these sex toy shops and all this stuff, right?
Mhm.
Don't just be the owner, be a client, right? I'm just saying,
That's the
like,
advertisement.
own up to what you're doing.
Y'all are a mess. But look,
Yeah.
I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked, Perry, because that means what we always know is Andy Cohen is loyal to nobody.
Exactly.
It's Candy. He loved Candy. Soon as Nene was gone, Candy moved right in, and he will stab anybody in the back at this point, won't he?
Okay. Yeah.
Can I
He
ask a question?
And do you remember when Nene called Andy Cohen a racist, and the only the only black person that worked for Bravo that came out that said he wasn't a racist was Candy, and
Yeah.
she held him down, and now he's getting ready to throw her to the wolves. Woo!
And when Kenya got released for that one season when she got married, she also said that it was racist there at that place. She don't want to talk about it now, but she said that.
I wouldn't talk about it because then your job's up for, you're up for being fired. But I wouldn't come out and say, what is Nene talking about? No, he's not racist. And that's what Candy did. And now he's going to turn around and fire her. That man is, woo!
And that's what dumbass Cynthia did too. Nene kept Cynthia having a job, getting some kind of paycheck. It was Nene and Peter, because Cynthia was as interesting as a fucking wet mop on that damn show. So she has no loyalty, and now she twirling and got married for a few years and thought she was big shit, and now she divorced poor, probably selling vaginal creams on Instagram. So it is what it is. Always on the wrong team, just like Sharrell, always on the wrong team. And I bet not see that dumpster garbage whore, white trash Kim Zolciak back on my screen. I know that because we didn't went through too much with Kim to go back. I cannot go back.
Okay, speaking of Kim, Freddie, you know all the insights. Do you think they're going to bring Kim back to Bravo?
I mean, if you ask Sheree Whitfield, yes, they are. She's desperate. She is desperate for a Kim Zolciak and Lisa Wu return.
Why?
I'm all for a Lisa Wu return, but not a Kim return.
Freddie, why would Sheree be cheering behind the scenes, pushing for what's the name to come back?
Stupid. Because they have always had an alliance. They always back each other up publicly. There is an alliance that they have both had since Atlanta.
So no matter what, Sheree is always going to have Kim Zolciak's back.
Yeah, and Kim is always going to say that Sheree is the best. They have.
And the sad part. As long as that trash ass show was on, Don't Be Tardy for the Party. How many times did Kim Zolciak have Sheree on there and appearing on episodes trying to keep her Sheba Sheree still in the public eye? That's how you know. Stupid. Sheree is stupid.
Hold on. Someone said this. It said, Carlos, Harry, can you read that?
It says Carlos.
It says Carlos King said Kim will be back on next season. Facts.
I can't trust what he says. I mean, he doesn't, he acts like he knows everything, but he doesn't talk to these producers. And these producers are not going to trust Carlos King with anything at the moment because they know he's just going to blab about it on his YouTube.
Right. So there's a rumor going around that Carlos King and Andy are secretly battling each other, trying to one-up each other all the time.
100%.
Well, then why did they get permission for Sheree to go to OWN and be on Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Because Andy knows how to play.
It's beneficial to both.
He knows Andy Cohen knows how to play the game, and that you have to compromise a bit with these things. He knew that getting Martell on Atlanta would be a great thing because everyone would talk about it, going, "This is such a fake relationship, etc." And we liked seeing Sheree date these dumbasses constantly.
We do?
Andy knew it would be good TV, so he knew he sort of had to be seen as reciprocating by letting Sheree go on Huntsville.
I'm so sick of Carlos. Oh, my Lord.
What?
Oh, my God.
I want you to be 100% honest with me, Mark. Why don't you like Carlos?
Carlos got too much shit going on over there on OWN that he needs to man his own ship at this point. Bravo is already on sinking sand, and OWN Own is not too far from it.
Yeah.
And that marriage, Huntsville, they got to do better with these storylines. It doesn't make sense. These men cheat on these women. These women move the goalposts for these men. They're in toxic relationships. Don't nobody want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's triggering for some women out there in the world. Now, not me, but that's triggering for some women out there in the world. And they continue to have the same storylines. We all know Martell's a piece of shit. I don't need to see Martell the piece of shit on Love and Marriage Huntsville and on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's too much seeing pieces of shit.
Mark, let me ask you this. Do you think, since Andy Cohen's a businessman, that he will bring back Carlos King? Because when he produced Atlanta numbers were great. When he produced New Jersey, it was great. What do you think?
I think that Andy will bring back Carlos King if Candy does not leave. If Candy does not leave, he will bring back Carlos King.
I disagree.
Back Carlos is because yet again, Candy doesn't want somebody to return to the show. Oh my God.
If Candy does not walk away and she does not get these writings on the wall and make a statement, I decided to leave. We just parted ways. We're great. Andy and I are still great. If Candy does not leave, he will bring back. He's already started to bring back Phaedra. He will slowly but surely creep these people in.
Oh my!
He's not going
to force her to leave.
He won't. He's jealous of Carlos King. He knows that Carlos King
is jealous of Carlos. Why is he?
Absolutely.
Because if you look at the prime episodes of Atlanta and New Jersey, they were produced by Carlos King. And they got pretty downhill those 2 seasons since he's left. And Andy Cohen doesn't like people that are going to steal his shade. He sort of wants people to depend on him, whereas Carlos King, he's already got this following. He's produced his own shows. He's sort of like an Andy Cohen at other places, like with Huntsville and stuff. And so if you bring back Carlos King, he's sort of going to want to be the Andy Cohen. So Andy Cohen knows once Carlos King is back in the picture, they could very much shove Andy Cohen out the door and put Carlos King in the chair.
Let me ask you this, Freddie. Why does Candy hold on to grudges so long? Like, because Frazier should have been back. Carlos King should have been back. Why is she doing this? What is she gaining from it?
Well, I think it's to have power, to have authority, and she wants the narrative to fit in the way that she wants it to. And by having people like Phaedra Parks and Carlos King, who are going to question this supposed perfect life that Candy has, is not what she wants. So she needs to have both Carlos King and Phaedra as far away from her as possible. And my other thing with Candy is I actually question this friendship she's got with Monietta, who's the new friend on the show. Wasn't she Neo's ex-fiance? Well, he was a bit of a sex addict. I mean, he got around quite a lot. Do we think maybe Candy and Monietta met at some sex party, potentially? That's what I think. That's what I want to know.
You know what, Freddie? Freddie, you're probably right, though. And I think
you're probably right.
At that party, it was wet and dripping. And then Candy said, hey, I like you around, and I'm going to hire you for my bodyguard.
Okay, y'all.
And that's what she's doing right now.
Stop. You guys are going too far.
It may be the truth. I can see it. I can actually see it. And another thing, Candy wants, you see how Candy is putting together her storylines on what her and her family are going to talk about. She don't mind Mama Joyce talking about Ty. She say what she want to say. She don't mind it. Because if she minded it, she would have said something and put her foot down a long time ago. Y'all been married too long to tell me that you mind. However, what Candy is doing is she's keeping everybody away from Bravo that knows her dirt.
Yeah,
that will start to expose her dirt. She wants to talk about what she wants to talk about. And if you know her skeletons and where her bodies are buried, she does not want you anywhere near that show.
I mean, but what could be worse than somebody saying that you have a sex dungeon? What could?
Well, you know what, Sharrell? I mean,
having proof.
Exactly. And then people put themselves on that pedestal and shit, right? She want everybody to think Candy businesses. But she don't want you to let you know a damn thing about what's happening in the house and their relationship.
Mm.
Well, I need to know about Todd
already.
because Marvin got a.
Oh, you're fading out.
What happened, Mark?
Oh, yeah. I think it's gone quiet.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I think. I think it really comes down to, I'm gonna show you my popular side. I don't want you to let you know what's happening in the house. That's what the show's about. But then she criticize everybody else about what's happening in their personal affairs, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he, the most ruthless of them all is Andy Cohen. He's gonna let Candy be on the show. I'm sure he's smiling in her face, and you're planning to fire her. Who does that? That's crazy.
He's done it for ages. And he's going to do this to either Melissa or Teresa with New Jersey. This is what he likes to do with these people.
You think he's going to finally make a decision and fire either Teresa or Melissa?
Yeah, I do believe so.
I will say this, Freddie. You have told me things months in advance, and they come true. So now your latest thing is you think Andy Cohen's going to fire Candy because of the money. Wow.
Yeah, I believe so. Or I don't think it's going to be a flat out, I fired Candy, because that's not what Bravo really do. Particularly with someone like Candy, they're not. They're going to say, Candy's going to be like, oh yeah, after these so many years at Bravo, I've decided I want to concentrate on my husband. I treat like crap all the time and do Broadway.
Why did he do Nene Leakes like that? Why didn't he just let her go out peacefully? Why try to demean her? Remember when he was making fun of the dresses, say you wore that dress last week and stuff like that. Why did he demean Nene?
He was trying to get her to leave, like how he's doing Candy. And when she didn't leave, he kept escalating it. And then he got so pissed that he started ruining any chance of her working with anyone else.
Yeah.
But the difference is that Candy is smarter than Nene Leakes, and the fact is that Candy's got paychecks coming in everywhere, whether that's music, whether that's Broadway, whether that's restaurants, whereas Nene only had Real Housewives of Atlanta as her paycheck. So she was willing to fight, argue with Andy Cohen, and do whatever it took to hold on. Whereas if Candy's attitude is, well, they're going to make me look bad, I'm going to be the one that's going to pull away.
Woo!
Yes.
Ruthless. This working for Bravo is ruthless. You got cast members going after each other. You've got the heads going after other cast members. Because listen, he's gunning for Candy, and I just heard this yesterday. And when someone came on and said, Sharrell, it's a rumor going around that Candy and Andy are going after each other. I immediately thought what you said, Freddie, it jumped into my head. You had said this months ago. You're saying she's making too much money and she's got to go. This is crazy.
Yeah.
They're not getting a return on what they pay her. I mean, these spin-offs have been disastrous for Bravo. They've not made any money. The views have been rubbish. She's not interesting. And people are, and everyone's starting to say, you know, her stories are repetitive. They're always
I will say this on behalf of Candy. Yes, you're right. Every spinoff that she has done has been a flop. But this last one, I liked it. Why didn't anyone watch? Did you watch it?
I did watch it, but Don Juan, I think, annoyed too many.
Which one?
And
What?
OLG, Old Lady Gang. It was about the restaurant.
No, the last one was SWV and Escape, and then they exposed Latasha.
Yeah.
Because it was, oh my God, child, I couldn't take it. I've never seen one episode of that show.
Why didn't you watch it, Mark?
Because I didn't want to see Candy twirling around my damn television. I didn't want to see Candy twirling around my television. I didn't want to see Candy lying about the escape numbers when we got facts out here proven differently. I didn't want to see her trying to sun SWV like they were better than them. Candy doesn't know how to share the spotlight. Nene already done said when she was reading Phaedra, now we on this show, I ain't trying to take your ass out. I ain't got to like you, but I'm not trying to take you out. Candy can't be in the same room with someone. She wants to take you out.
Yeah.
WV, I felt so bad. Tried to act like they were nothing and they were just old ladies that had hits in the 90s. Why did she do that to them?
Because she wants to be number one. She wants to be number one, and she will never be number one. The way she goes about it and tries to hide her hands and have other people, Candy Click and whatever, Don Juan, Don Lemons, doing all of this shit, on her behalf, it's disgusting. And honestly, I think that the producers and stuff told Marlo to go after Candy. There's nothing else. I say you get rid of all of them. You create a show around Marlo and her ratchet friends, because the one thing that we do know about Marlo lives behind the gate. Marlo spends money. Kenya had enough nerve to send these girls into a hotel with a mini bottle of champagne. A mini bottle of champagne. Kenya has to go. I understand she's trying to save up for Brooklyn's college fund and she don't want to get no help from that sperm donor. I get it. I understand, girl. Go save your money. Go sit your ass down somewhere and save your money. But we cannot sit here and take no trips to Birmingham, to the country, and we got no sweets. We got a mini bottle of champagne. We got kicked out of a room full of high school reunioners.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Let me say, Freddie, so is this a good time for you to go on?
Yeah, this is a fantastic time for me.
Why don't I send you links and let you know when I'm going on? And Mark, can you reach out to me through Instagram? And because I'm feeling this vibe right here. I'm feeling it.
Hey, Mark, try Perry Sanders 007, because, sometimes she overlooks
Perry
shit.
007, I got it.
Yeah. Because I don't check my emails that much. Reach out to Perry.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I would love to do this and talk with you guys. It's fun.
Because we got to follow the saga of Andy Cohen and what's going to happen to his shows, who he's going to dog out next. This man is just as ruthless as he's very ruthless. He's just ruthless. So
I don't know what's funny.
Ruthless.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you have to be ruthless to be a good businessman, and he's just doing business. But Andy Cohen has a pattern of befriending you and then stabbing you in the back when he's done.
Right.
That's the only way to make him leave.
Yeah. It goes from Andy to the cast. It's a lot of egos out there, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Andy got his thing. That's why he let Carlos go. It was like too much of like, Andy's the face of everything, right? The shows.
Uh-huh.
But he knew Carlos was coming up. And so he had to get rid of him and do whatever, But I tell you, as far as Candy, Candy to me, just is my opinion, right? Full of it, wanting to be the next Nene, wanting to do all this, right? And she's wanting to be on the top of everything, whether it's the housewives or in their house. Because in her house, she does Todd the same way. Todd is nothing but the gardener / babysitter. Huh?
Can you read that for me? Well,
did you get my DM today about Peter's Bar 1?
No. Do you know anything about this, Freddie?
I don't.
I know the last I heard of him is that back in March he was found not guilty of some assault that was alleged in Baltimore. But I've not heard anything else. I know he had a bunch of lawsuits with the Bar 1 and loans and all of that. But that was around a few months ago. So
okay, so ever sent that email? Can you send it to Perry's IG? It takes me a minute to go through my
And
IG.
if Peter then lost another restaurant, oh my Lord.
I know. You know what, Mark? That was my first thing when somebody said that. It wasn't about no damn court case. It was like, damn, did he lose another one?
I can't do it no more. But can I say one thing about Carlos King?
Yeah.
Okay, so my prediction is Andy is really worried about Carlos King because the Black community does not feel Andy like that. After the way that he treats African-American housewives and on the shows and stuff, they're not feeling him. And now with Carlos crossing over into, 90 Day Fiance, the Caucasian spinoffs, he's going to get a little bit more backing behind him versus Andy, because Carlos King is a lot of things, but he does have the Black community behind him. And if he has the Black community behind him, plus he has the Caucasian community behind him, he will have more behind him than Andy Cohen will.
Okay, really quickly, because I gotta go. Freddie, do you see Carlos King becoming more powerful than Andy Cohen? I'm straight out asking you that.
The issue with Carlos King is that he concentrates too much on Andy Cohen's shows as opposed to making his own shows really good.
Now he's going into other shows like Love After Lockup.
But if he's an EP and he's head of doing other really great reality TV series, he can. If I were him, I'd personally spend less time commenting on Bravo stuff. Concentrate on your own projects. Make your own projects really good. And then Bravo may kick out Andy Cohen and replace Andy Cohen with Carlos King. The only way I ever see Carlos King making a return to Bravo is if Andy Cohen is fired. No way will Carlos King be brought back as long as Andy Cohen's there.
It took me a long time to figure out what Carlos King was doing, because I was saying, why are you talking about Housewives? But what he's doing is putting himself in front of other audiences. It's a business plan, what he's doing. It's a strategy.
It is. It's good to a degree, but I think he maybe sometimes concentrates on the Housewives too much. He should prove himself and get really good at doing his other shows so they are getting the same views as the Housewives. That's what he should do.
Right now, he sees Atlanta going down. This is about revenge while he's doing Atlanta.
And then he needs to improve Huntsville because that's been pretty boring.
It's a recycled storyline. All right, you guys. So listen, I'm going to send you guys links every time I go on around this same time, and we can do what we did today. We have to chop it up. We have to chop it up.
I mean, we didn't even get on to... Oh, quickly, last thing about Erika. Michael Gorhan is still allegedly another benefactor. So allegedly, Michael Gorhan and Jim Wilkes are both still the benefactors.
But isn't the owner of South Point, isn't he married?
Michael Gorhan?
Yeah.
I believe he was. He might still be married. I mean...
The rumor is that he's married and he will never leave his wife for Erika. That's what people are saying.
Yeah, and Michael Gorhan and Jim Wilkes, actually, both of them were friends with Tom Girardi originally, before Erika.
Some more friends with Tom, and she's going after his friends now to these.
Basically, yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, right? When Erika show up to these parties with Tom friends and stuff, she got no panties on, high boots, showing everything. No,
it's the truth. It's the truth.
That's how she did them. These people, because he's won quite a lot of awards, this Jim Wilkes guy, like the 2006 Resident Rights Award from the National Citizens Coalition for nursing homes, the Florida Justice Association.
Freddie, they're saying that he's a nut job, and this is why he's single to begin with. They said that last month he pulled a pow out on a woman and that he has a mugshot.
He is nuts.
Hell, Erika's a nut job.
These two guys,
she's no damsel in distress.
But I believe these two guys are helping Erika because Tom helped them. Now, it's no secret that a lot of these casinos, a lot of them, that money's come from mob money, allegedly, and things like that. And I'm sure Tom's helped Gorhan out a few times with some things, so he owes Tom a solid. And then this Jim Wilkes guy, he's probably got he's worked on a lot of cases with Tom. Additionally, he's won loads of awards, which I think Tom's probably helped him get over.
So wait, hold on, Freddie. You're saying you don't think that Erika's sleeping with these men?
I think she could probably for a quickie.
Erika's sleeping with these men.
Yeah, exactly.
Erika is worse than Portia. Erika ain't got no shame. She will sleep with these.
Hold up, Mark.
Perry. Erika will sleep with these men and walk past Tom at the nursing home and sleep with his friends.
Mark, I don't have a problem with Erika. Just leave Portia out.
They are Erika's worse, but shit, they cut from the same cloth.
All right, I have to wrap this up because I'm coming back with another show. This has been so much fun. I will send you guys the link. We've got to follow Andy Cohen and just all this cast because all the drama is not going on the show. It's behind the scenes. It's really
is.
I know. Yeah. Marlo got her work cut out for her. Poor thing. She got to work so hard. I know she's tired.
All right. If anyone send any super chats, I do appreciate you supporting the channel. You don't have to, but I really appreciate it. Sorry, my computer went out. It's the cable. It's just what happened. So I do apologize for that because I had pictures to go with what I was talking about. Everyone, please don't forget to click on the link on your way out. And you guys, I will send you the links. Hopefully we can all return and chop it up. On 3, everybody, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye,
everybody. Bye.
Oh.